Okay, so I got a bunch of new stuff here from FuriousFPV, so I'm just going to kind of put it all into this one video. These aren't going to be full reviews for some of these things. I'm going to have later videos with more details on a couple of these things, so stay tuned for those. I'll explain which ones those will be later. I'm going to talk about this one first here. This is the new Smart Power Case V2 that has basically you can hold two 18650 lithium-ion batteries in here. I had a video on the version 1 in here, and you saw that I did a modification to put a voltage regulator in here to put out a constant 9 volts on this battery lead. But the version 2 now has that voltage regulator now built in, so it outputs a constant 8 volts on this battery lead, all the way down to 2.5 volts per cell on the internal batteries, so you don't have to worry about basically on the old version. The reason the mod was necessary was that if the voltage got to like about I think 3.5 volts per cell, it would start giving you warnings, and you would have to shut down, and you would not be able to use the full capacity of the lithium-ion batteries inside. But now that problem is solved in the version 2. They also fixed the door here. It's a sliding door instead of this door with these two screws. You can see I already broke one of the little, I guess, the screw holes here. It's not going to come off, but yeah, this was kind of a problem, but that's fixed now. It just slides out, then you can take your batteries in and out pretty easily. The rest of the power case seems to be the same as before, so I'll refer you to the previous video on that. It looks like all the functions are the same, and the way it works and everything looks like it's all the same in terms of the buzzer, the noises, all that. Just that they made those modifications, as I mentioned earlier, and obviously it's the same size as before as well, so it's going to work with all your same accessories. So this is the one of the new things that came in. The second new thing that came in was the docking. This is here, holds a receiver module, so you can have set up a ground station on-off switch here. I don't know what this external port does. I'll have to figure that out later. This here is the the TrueD, the TrueD version 4 receiver module. I'm going to have a separate video on this one as well. And I also got this is the TrueD X receiver module. I also have a rapid fire coming as well. I already have an AUL RX and a real ACC receiver module. So there's going to be more videos on receiver module comparisons down the road. But I'm going to try and get some more of these so I can do some more side-by-side comparisons of the different receiver modules, because this is a nice setup here. You get this, this is another thing that was sent along. This is the mini monitor from FuriousFPV. This is a new item. It's a 2-inch screen, has controls for brightness and contrast here on the side, and you can plug in a camera here if you want to just power up the camera directly instead of through a video transmitter. So you can go and change your settings. There's an on-off switch for the camera. There's a tripod mount on the bottom here, but this is also magnetic, so you can attach your power case to the bottom of that, but then the tripod mount gets covered. There's an adapter piece that goes on the bottom of the power case, so you can reuse it for a tripod. I'll have to probably get one of those because I want to actually put these on a tripod side by side for testing later. Now the mini monitor here just plugs into the HDMI port on top, and then you get the video signal from the receiver module that way. There is a DVR port here. I think you could use it like a using Pro DVR. I'm pretty sure they used to have a FuriousFPV DVR. They don't think it's on sale anymore. They may be coming out with a version 2. I'm not exactly sure on that one, but that's if you want to. It gets another way to get video out to record your flights. And then, of course, as a ground station, you want to have AV out. Plug here goes to your goggles, for example, Fat Sharks, and they do include the cable for that. If you want to plug this into here and then plug it the other end into your goggles, it's got a nice long cable here. You get a battery strap. I think this is for holding all the modules together if you want to do that. And then you get, of course, the barrel connector to XD60 adapter if you're not using the smart case. So if you're using this, this will just attach to the bottom. I think it's magnetic. I think it goes like this. Yeah, it just snaps onto the bottom here, and then you would just plug this in here to the side, and go ahead and turn on. Give this power, and then you power this on here, and then this will turn on the receiver module. So as you can see, this is the TrueD version 4. And yeah, this is just a function of the refresh rate of the camera. You're seeing this scrolling here on the screen. That's not actually in real life, it's the refresh rate of the camera. And this is the monitor here on this side. You can use these buttons here to control your brightness settings. Brightness is on top and contrast is on the bottom, so it's up and down for brightness and up and down for contrast here. And then let's go ahead and plug in a camera. So it's going to power on the camera directly. So I've got just a Caddx camera here. If I want to change the settings, this one I just use this little cable, and then on the other end you just plug in right over here. And there's an on-off switch here. The down position is on, the up position is off. And you can see here is the camera image. So you get a direct video image from the camera on this little tiny screen. So it's mostly just for changing settings, I think. Okay, so yeah, I plugged in the controller cable for the camera here, and you can see that you can go into your settings. This is pretty cool. So if you have a camera and you want to make some quick settings changes, you can just plug the camera in this way into the monitor. So I guess it's a good way of setting it up before you install it into your quad. Okay, so another thing that I want to show you is this little app called TrueD Configurator. You can actually configure the docking here via Bluetooth, and it's if you don't want to change the settings on the receiver module using the jog dial here, you can actually use the app here to change your channel. So you can go here and you can see I'm on race 1, but you want to change to race 2, you can do that. Yeah, it's pretty cool. You can download this app in the iOS store or the Google Play Store, and then you just connect via Bluetooth. So you launch the app and then say connect to your whatever device, and then docking will show up, and then just tap on that and it just connects. The password is 6 zeros, and that's it. And then you get this, and you can go through and change all of your settings here on the app if you prefer to do that way. Say if the ground station is kind of maybe not too close to you and you don't want to get up and necessarily change the settings directly on the receiver module. Okay, so that's going to do it for this video. I'll have more videos on the modules themselves in more detail. Obviously the TrueD 4.0 and also the TrueD X. The way the receivers work is quite a bit different. I think the TrueD X here is more similar to the way the rapid fire works in terms of like the technology. I'm not 100% sure on that. I just heard that somewhere, so I'm going to obviously look into that some more for those videos down the road. And we'll get some comparisons on these two receivers as well as the rapid fire module and OWL-RX module as well. So yeah, so there'll be some more videos down the road, obviously with the docking, and I'm hoping I'll get some sort of a DVR for this as well, so that we can do recordings out of this so we can get some good comparisons. Anyway guys, it's good for this video. I'll talk to you guys in the next one.